At the end of every year, the people of Benin celebrate a festival often regarded as their Christmas. Though it is literally not a Christmas, it is a festival ceremony of Edo people to give thanks to God Almighty for granting them bountiful harvest and a good life. This festival is called Ewere Festival, but do you know its origin? Well, let me tell you. This takes us back to 1440 AD, about 586 years ago. During the reign of Ewere Ogidigan I, there lived along the Benin-Uroton Road a chief called Ogieka, who had three beautiful daughters, namely Ubi, Ewere, and Oyoyo. News of the extraordinary beauty of these three sisters constantly reached the ears of the Oba in the palace. Eventually, Oba Ewere Ogidigan sent for Ogieka and asked to marry his eldest daughter, who was called Ubi. Ogieka replied that the Oba could not marry Ubi because she was disobedient, stubborn, and disrespectful. Nevertheless, the Oba insisted. Though Ubi herself was reluctant, Ogieka had no choice than to send her to the palace. When Ubi arrived at the royal harem, she refused all intimacy with the Oba and remained hostile towards the women and the maids. Oba Ewere Ogidigan tried in every way to correct her behavior, but she could not be tamed. In defiance of the palace custom, she began to urinate inside the house, an act strictly forbidden in the Benin tradition. Angered by her conduct, the Oba ordered that she be expelled from the harem in disgrace. The maids dragged her out, striking her with burning brands and chanting Ubirie, Ubirie, meaning Ubi go, which is now a song today. We'll get there. 3 days later, Oba Ewere asked Ogieka to send his second daughter Ewere to replace Ubi, and Ogieka agreed. According to the advice of an oracle, on the day Ewere was brought to the palace, the Oba ordered the Ihogbe group to escort her and the Osuma to honor her entry into the palace. They were dancing and they sang Ewere de Kinewere, Ewere de Kinewere, meaning Ewere is coming, open the door for Ewere. The women in the harem danced with joy and the entire city were filled with jubilation. Gifts of all kinds poured in for Ewere from every part of Benin, while valuable offerings were sent to the Oba from across the kingdom. Unlike Ubi, Ewere was humble, respectful, and honorable. Peace, love, good health, and prosperity filled the harem and the palace. The Oba, the women, and the maids loved Ewere dearly, more than any other. About 7 days later after her arrival, Ewere began to miss her younger sister, who was called Oyoyo. She cried daily, longing to see her sister. Moved by her sorrow, Oba Ewere Ogidigan sent words to Ogieka, requesting that Oyoyo be allowed to visit her sister in the palace. Ogieka gladly agreed. When Oyoyo entered the harem, the women and the maids sang another song. The sisters rejoiced, laughed, and talked together. Ewere became unwilling to let Oyoyo return home, so Oba Ewere decided to marry Oyoyo as well. Thus, Ewere and Oyoyo became wives of the Oba. When Oyoyo became pregnant, she was sent to Ihama of Idun-Ihogbe for proper care. There, she gave birth to a healthy daughter. In gratitude, the Oba awarded the Ihama and Odigba a large red collar bead and granted the Ihama's wives the right to style their hair in Ukpokoko hairstyle, just like the Oba's wives. This honor elevated the Ihama to a higher status, and the Odigba is still worn during the Ewere ceremony to this day. Throughout Oba Ewere's reign, they celebrated the anniversary of his joyful and prosperous marriage to Ewere during the Ewere festival. He offered sacrifices of goats, cows, and leopard, and presented kola nuts and coconuts to his head, symbolizing good fortune. Chiefs and citizens of Benin all also took part in this ceremony. Days later, after the Oba has celebrated his own Ewere, individuals they celebrated their own Ewere in their homes. This tradition has been upheld by every reigning Oba to this day. During Ewere, people dance with the Ebe, that is the lucky leaves. Since then, it has been the prayer of the Benin people not to begin a journey on Ubi Day, so that the journey may be as peaceful and prosperous as that of Ewere. This is why till this day we still use the word Ohienwere, meaning a prosperous journey or lucky journey. Till this day, Edo people and those that share ancestry with them still bear the name Ewere, meaning good luck. Wherever the name Ewere is mentioned, note that it echoes a history that shaped Benin centuries ago. If you learned a thing or two from this episode, kindly like, share, and comment for more.